Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Santos and this is my presentation on civil engineering. So what is civil engineering? Civil engineering in fact is the oldest branch of engineering alongside with military engineering. It involves analysis and design, construction, and maintenance of public works such as roads, bridges, dams, and pipelines. Construction uses the principles of math as well as science and physics for our own benefits. And to the right is the first known civil engineer, John Smeaton, who was who built a lighthouse in 1771. So there are 10 disciplines to civil engineering, and these disciplines include architecture and town planning, building materials, construction technology, environmental engineering, geotechnical engineering, hydraulics, water source and irrigation engineering, remote sensing and GIS, structural engineering, surveying, and lastly, transportation engineering. So starting off with architecture and town planning. This involves thoroughly planning out cities and towns and planning the overall layout and design. They also separate areas such as residential, academic, and industry areas. So they plan out where those will be located. And they also plan road slash sewage systems and plan out water storage as well as water treatment plants. Moving on to building materials. Building materials determines which building material shall be used during projects. These materials include brick, metal, wood, glass, and plastic, and etc. They keep in mind the proper use of these materials for safe and economic purposes and reasoning. There are also mechanical properties that are used to avoid failure and maintain durability. Moving on to construction technology, this does the planning, scheduling, and execution to any construction activity that is related to the project. They keep in mind the safety of the workers and use the appropriate and slash local technology. They also comprise men, time, material, and money management. As for environmental engineering, they deal with the use of technology to save nature and prevent abuse to nature, as well as pollution from humans. They have balanced compromises between safety and the environment. They also manage pollution control, as well as water collection and purification, and waste disposal slash collection. As for a geotechnical engineer, they understand the ground behavior and interaction between soil and the structure. Forces from structure are transferred to soil in a safe manner, and they work with tunnels, highway pavement, underground structures, and foundations. And it's important for the safety and stability of structures that are built in certain projects. And for water source, hydraulics, and irrigation engineer. Hydraulic engineers deal with the mechanics of water flow, and water resource engineers deal with the water identification and the utilization of the available water in whatever area this may take place. And lastly, for irrigation engineers, they work with the management of water for agricultural reasons. And examples include dams, navigational waterways, and lakes. Remote sensing and GIS. So this is a newer field and it's based on improving space technology. And they look for the availability of GPS to scope the geographic information system, which is GIS. The mapping from this helps to get the required information in a quickly and accurate manner. They also monitor available resources, and GIS deals with the measurement, mapping, monitoring, and modeling of the geography around us. Moving on to structural engineer, it is the assemblage of two or more elements such as beams, columns, frames, shells, etc. They deal with the positioning and layout to these elements, and they help keep support of structures and prevent deformation from other forces. And they also deal with the with repairing, maintenance, and rehabilitation of these structures. Moving on to surveying. Surveying deals with the collection of topographic features for future projects in a whatever setting that may be. They help with environmental impact assessment with the environmental impact assessment. Sorry. They also calculate and analyze the data that is given and plot survey data to create design maps for future construction. And for the last discipline, transportation engineering, they deal with planning, design, operation, and management of transportation systems. These systems include roads, railway, sea/river transportation, and air transportation. And transportation engineers plan, design, and maintain transportation facilities. And for our last slide, I just wanted to mention a few jobs for civil engineers or future civil engineers. These jobs include horizontal construction engineer, construction manager, design supervisor, architect engineer, project analyst, and operations project manager. And that is the end to my presentation. Thank you for listening.